Hello everyone. Today I wanted to share something with you all. So for a long time in my junior years, I had been wondering how uh, this thing was possible. 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 1000 kilograms per meter cube. I didn't understand this because I hadn't visualized it and learned it in a way which I could see it. Okay. So what we are going to do today is we are going to actually see how this looks. So imagine now the thing which we are going to make first is a cube. Why a cube? Because the dimensions are centimeter cube. And what the centimeter cube means it has to have a length of 1 centimeter, a height of 1 centimeter, and a breadth of 1 centimeter. So hence 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter, which is the length, breadth and height, which gives us centimeter cube. Alright, so first we are going to make a tiny cube. Here we go. So this is a 1 centimeter length, 1 centimeter height and 1 centimeter breadth. Alright, and its weight is 1 gram. Okay, so now what we have to do is, this is a cube. First let's understand this is a cube with a weight of 1 gram and the dimensions of centimeter cube. So this is our initial value. Now we need to convert it to this thing. How do we do this? First of all, let us define how to convert centimeters to meters. So we must have learnt in the metric conversion system that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. So initially, when we need to go from centimeter cube to meter cube, we need to think in simple dimensions. So imagine now this cube has a dimension of 1 centimeter. Alright, now what do we need to do to make a meter cube is we need to make a cube, of course. Now we need to make its dimensions 1 meter length, 1 meter height and 1 meter breadth. So what do we do is we take this small cube of the dimensions 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. Now what do we do is we take the length as 1 centimeter and now we place another cube beside it which is also 1 centimeter. Now we place another cube which is also 1 centimeter and we keep on stacking them aside each other until we reach the final cube, and the total length is 100 centimeters. So we need to stack 100 cubes of 1 centimeter each, which would give us a total length of 100 centimeters. And what is 100 centimeters? That's right, a meter. So eventually we have made a meter. Now what do we do is, now for my convenience I'll be drawing these cubes as balls because they're faster to draw. So now if I imagine this ball is just this cube, but I've drawn it for efficiency. Okay, now this is a cube. Now I have stacked a cube, 100 cubes like these to form a meter. Now to form a meter cube, which is a meter's length, breadth and height, we need to make a meter's height. So what do we do now is we stack another 100 of centimeter cubes each, which eventually make 1 meter here again. And now what do we do is eventually let's look at this first. See, here we have 100 centimeter cubes which eventually make a meter. Now what do we need to do is we need to multiply this by 100 times to form a square, which is a meter's length and a meter's breadth. Now this is a meter square currently. Alright, now in order to make this a meter cube, we're gonna have to take it to the third dimension. What is the third dimension? This is a piece of paper I'm writing on. This is currently a 2-dimensional square. In order to take this to the third dimension, I need to stack these kind of 2-dimensional squares in the third dimension. So what I need to do is, this is the plane of the paper. I need to flip it 90 degrees so it's visible to you. This is the front plane of the paper, this is the back plane of the paper. So I need to stack now more layers behind this. Okay, so now if I stack more layers behind this, and how many layers would I need to stack here? Since it's a meter cube, I'd have to stack again 100 cubes, which would eventually make a meter here. So now what do we have here? Let's see. We have 100 cubes of 1 gram each. Now let's not forget this. Our initial cube was of a centimeter dimension, 1 centimeter length, breadth and height. It was even initially of 1 grams only, like we assumed here, right? So now here this cube is of a gram, and now these 100 cubes are of 100 grams. All right, and now these cubes, these 102, are of 100 grams. Now if we need to find the total weight of this two-dimensional square initially, so what do we need to do is multiply 100 by 100, which would give us 3 zeros here and 1 here, 10,000. So this would give us 10,000 grams. And now we need to multiply this two-dimensional layer of cubes, two-dimensional layer of cubes it is, so into the third dimension, which has 100 cubes too. So now we need to multiply, since this is also 100 grams, we need to multiply the 10,000 by 100, which would eventually give us 1,000,000 grams. So now we know that these many cubes of 1 gram each and dimensions of a centimeter cube, when are placed to form a square, a cube of meter cube, these would eventually add up to 1,000,000 grams per meter cube. Yes, we have reached meter cube here. This is a meter cube. So 1,000,000 grams per meter cube. And if we need to convert it to kgs, we just need to divide by 1000. This would give us 1000 kgs per meter cube. Simple as that. Thank you.